Welcome to the Panic Button. I'm Nina.
I'm Jessie.
And today, you can feel that breezing past my face. We're going to be reacting to some shorts.
I identify as a horse's tail.
There's an entire show called ID Channel, a network dedicated 24 hours a day to women getting abused, murdered, sexualized, and violated. And you are too, sister.
And trans
It's
women
the
go through
same.
domestic violence, and you do nothing for them. Trans women are in men's prisons, and what have you done for them?
What have you done for women?
Lots of things.
I've done lots of things too. You don't know my life. Don't sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Enough. Get lost.
I am a woman, and trans women.
Congratulations. So am I.
It's a genocide. This is the AIDS crisis all over again, and this is white cis feminism.
Shut up. You're so boring.
White cis feminism.
Don't label me, sister. Don't put your labels on me. Don't you f***ing do that. Do not put your label on me. I don't come from your planet. Leave me alone. I do not subscribe to your rules.
Were you raised by your father?
You ever like...
This was a while ago. I think this is when it just kind of started to rear its ugly head.
Now, I know it's not okay, and I know it's probably because I'm a lesbian, but it's like kind of funny when women yell sometimes. Like when they get that little grr in their voice. It's like, oh, you're getting there. Like, you know what I mean?
Are you talking about Rose or the trans woman?
Rose, because it's so hard. Like when she was like, "Sit down," it's like it's hard for me to take you seriously though, because I'm
Okay,
like,
first of all, Rose came from one of those cults when she
Yeah.
was a little kid. The ones that
yeah, fuck with kids.
yeah, and she came out. She was abused in Hollywood. You know,
Okay.
so she was speaking up for women. So can you imagine sitting there and like seeing this dude who's screaming at you about trans women problems, men problems, and you're just trying to speak for women, and you got this fucking dude who's just like, what? This feminism?
I'd tell them to take a Xanax and leave me alone.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Why are they so
take
aggressive?
a chill pill. Take a chill
Why are they
pill.
so aggressive?
I don't think she's wrong. I think she did everything right. But I just think it's kind of funny when women yell and it's not directed at me. When it's directed at me, it's not funny.
Not funny. Okay, this is Jessie Lee Peterson.
Were you raised by your father and mother?
No, just my mother.
Oh, where's your father?
I don't know. I don't want to meet him.
Why not?
Well, because my mother says I don't want to, and I there's no reason to.
Because your mother said it? Why you believe your mother? Your mother's jealous of your father. She won't let you see him.
I don't think that's what it is. My mother is also against toxic masculinity, and she is also against patriarchy. And my father was a very toxic male.
How you know that?
Because I see videos and photos of from when I was a baby, and one of the videos is him with a bunch of other men in the backyard, all drunk, drinking beers.
What's wrong with that?
Well, they're just acting like idiots. I can just tell through the video his personality is just not somebody I'd want to meet.
Are you just like your mother?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Okay. Because my mother told me so.
It's kind of sad.
Dude, the mom transformed her son into her new husband.
I think that women who insist on telling their kids that they don't want to meet their dad have something against the dad, personally for emotional reasons and not, like, as the father of their kid. Like, there's a certain level. Like, it's one thing to say, like, I don't want a kid, I don't want to be involved in life, and then the dad separates and it's all kosher. Mm-hmm. But if the dad was around when he was a baby, then
And
clearly,
the mom was trash talking the dad the whole time.
clearly the dad cared enough to stick around. So whatever happened was probably a fight between the mom and the dad, and now she's like, you don't want to meet him. He's a piece of shit anyways.
Yeah, these women are raising a generation of men who have no testicles.
If that
Do
guy,
you know what I mean?
if you were straight and that guy asked you out,
Oh my God. Well, first of all, he's a walking red flag,
second of all, he wouldn't ask you out because
You'd be too afraid.
He's a nervous little one.
right? And you would always come second to mommy.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I mean,
No question.
If you date someone like that, you're dating him and his mother, and mommy comes first.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about that
It's just
one.
not a good look.
Sometimes
No
you can
wonder.
question it, but that one's hitting you in the face.
At first, I thought he was gay.
No,
Or maybe he is gay.
no, he just doesn't have a single male figure in his life. I love how
So he's what's the word I'm looking for? Following after his mother?
Yeah, because that's all he's seen.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny that he said she also hates toxic masculinity and the patriarchy. That's why she ripped away your version of a patriarchy. Don't you realize it? Or else you'd have a man that you could look up to.
I thought you were going to say that's why she ripped out your virginity.
Jesus Christ.
And then I was like, no, he's going to be a virgin forever.
No, I didn't say that at all.
I know.
That's not even close to what I was saying. She hates the patriarchy, so she took away any form of a patriarchy for him to see. So even if there's a good version of a patriarchy, which is classic, what do they call it? Traditional family structure would be a proper use of a patriarchy, and you didn't even get to see that. So now every version of patriarchy you hear has a negative implication, even though it could be healthy for a certain family.
When there's a robber in the house, who's protecting the house when the robber comes in?
They both run in the closet and hold the bat.
Like this.
But both of their hands are on the bat, because one of them's got to swing it.
You go. Now you go.
My husband had improper contact with a minor at our church. The girl is 13 years old. I found out that he held hands with her.
What's the narrative that how they ended up holding hands?
The girl's dad helps operate the sound booth at our church.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to learn how to work it as well, and she was back there, and this is no justification whatsoever. She was kind of making moves at him where she was biting her lip.
Not a thing at all, because she's a child. Don't even go there in your head, okay? I know you want to protect your husband, and more importantly, you want to protect your sanity right now, okay?
Yeah.
I don't care if that 13-year-old threw herself at him, sent him a bunch of inappropriate pictures. I don't care what that child did. The adult in that situation is the adult in that situation.
What's with this blaming, like, especially in the Quiet on Set documentary?
Yeah.
That was very present. It's like, oh, he must have been pushed to extreme measures by that child. It's a child. It's a child.
He was seduced.
I don't care if the kid
By
is
a baby?
I don't care if this kid is undressing in front of you. You do the respectful thing and you leave every single time. Because that's a fucking kid.
It's the fact that the wife was thinking that. Like, she was seducing him, biting her lip and stuff. It's like, what the... Excuse me. Wow.
Women will do anything to not blame their husbands.
Wow. I mean, that's some gnarly shit right there.
They want to think they found a good man. So they want to think he was tempted and fucked with, and he wouldn't have done it unless this person started it. Oh, no. He would have. And I guarantee you, if she would have been like, let's do more, he would have. Because he's disgusting.
Or she wasn't doing any of that, and he was making it up in his head so he can use it as an excuse to harm a child.
It's just so crazy to me. Because like I said, even if the kid's undressing in front of you, you turn away. You don't look. You don't acknowledge the things that the kid might be doing. Okay, girls change in gym locker rooms all the time. Would it be really weird if you found out the teacher was just staring at them the whole time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a gym teacher like that. She's a woman. It was a little sus, but, you know, we were pretty sure she was a lesbian.
See, millennials thought they could do anything, right? They are the Mark Zuckerberg generation. And that's why we had so many tech founders in that generation. We're not seeing that with these young people. They don't want to be in charge. They're afraid. They don't feel up to it. There's a friend of mine I call every year on her birthday, and she's a research scientist, cell biologist. Every year, she invites kids to her lab for an internship who are top kids, pre-med graduates from college before they go on to med school. And she said to me, I can't believe you're writing about this generation. They are so different. And I said, tell me why. She said, I'm seeing the smartest, most prepared kids, and they're afraid to run their own experiments. They tell me they're getting ready. They're working on their skills. They're not yet up to it. And they constantly report to me about their mental health, how they're feeling today. They can't just take a chance and go with it.
See, the problem with your generation is that they were raised by my generation. No, I'm kidding.
Gross.
I know. Ew.
But it's not true.
No, it's not true. Yeah, but your generation, Gen Z. You guys were given options you shouldn't have been given. Like you were told that anxiety is a thing and pretty much everyone has it and it's an excuse to not do stuff and you get away with it. Not you. Them.
I think that's why parents need to play a good part in their kids' lives.
Yeah.
Is because, like, even though I did have real anxiety, it wasn't something I was, like, permitted to have. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh, you're anxious today? That's okay. We'll help you through it. It was like, anxious? That's bullshit. Get on out there.
Right.
And that's something that you have to get foundationally from home because no teacher is going to push you that way.
No, they'll give you excuses. That's what your generation got a lot of, excuses. Got a lot of excuses. And because you're allowed to hide behind those excuses, you don't ever grow a backbone.
I will say I was at an advantage because my school is so conservative. But everyone else who was in a more liberal school area, even just a liberal area of living, probably had a different experience.
I got yelled at for crying by my teachers that were nuns when I was a little kid. I wonder how I would have grown up if it were the opposite and I wasn't screamed at, but instead coddled.
In high school, I had a teacher dump a bottle of water on me and go, ha, 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 and then I, left the room. I didn't get in trouble, but, what
the fuck?
My wife and I, who just say, I want a really good cake. I like dessert. And I heard from my friends that this place has good cake. And so you go to that place and you don't expect to be discriminated against. You don't expect to be violated.
I don't agree with that. When you go in there and you say, I want a gay cake, a homosexual cake.
What is homosexual cake?
Because it's for a homosexual couple, right?
If you and I eat the same cake, my cake isn't homosexual because I'm gay. Just like if we order pizza and you take a slice and I take a slice, it's not a gay pizza.
But why would you pass up a gay bakery to go to a Christian bakery that you know does not want to service you?
I don't want to presuppose that I know.
But no, you know that most Christians don't want to participate in that.
Oh, I don't think that's true.
That's why they attack. I mean, you have some that do, but most
I don't think that's true.
If you went to a Christian...
The gay cake is funny.
That's my friend. If there was some good cake, and they were like, hey, there's good cake over here. And it's like, not what? Well, what about the gay cake bakery? And it's like, no, don't go to the gay cake bakery. They got bad cake. Go to the Christian cake bakery. They got better cake.
Shouldn't the gay cake shops be better?
Yeah. What are you doing? What are they doing? They're stirring a ruckus. They're causing trouble for no reason.
You see, personally, if I were to go get any product with my significant other, and they were like, we can't, because I'd be like, okay, I'll go find somewhere else, because there is someone who gives not one single care in the world what I do in the bedroom, as long as I give them the money they need for the service.
If they don't want to make you a cake, then go somewhere else.
Okay. Enjoy being broke.
Bye. Why would you why would you be like, oh, you won't make me a cake?
Well, the thing is, they're going to damage their own business. It's not damaging me at the end of the day. Maybe
I want my cake.
Maybe for 2 minutes, maybe I have 2 minutes of discomfort where
Make
I'm like,
the best cake.
But that's not going to get me cake.
I know.
I'm going to be like, man, that sucks. I heard your cake's real good. But if you're homophobic, then I guess I'm just going to, and then I'd leave.
But you know who would do that? A 3-year-old.
Right. But I mean, that's the most I would say is like, man, I heard you make great cakes. Sorry you don't want my money. And I don't know why people are so forceful about it. It's not the same as I'm not going to serve you this because you're Hispanic or black. Mm-hmm. That's not the same. It's a belief on their own about you not being someone they want to get married. So why would you put up a fight when you don't have to enter that at all? Why? Why do they do it?
To cause a ruckus.
For free cake?
Stir up problems.
Free cake.
Get some publicity.
Free cake.
A man has been arrested in California for stealing and eating a severed human leg that he found on a train track.
You are looking at what a witness says is a man eating a detached leg. The detached leg came from a person hit by a train near the Wasco Amtrak station earlier that morning.
On the leg, the skin was hanging. You can see the bone.
Jose Ibarra tells Eyewitness News that when the man walked past him with the leg, he believed him to be homeless. Ibarra is unsure where the man came from. He says Kern County Sheriff's deputies stopped the man after people from the Amtrak station called the police.
Having lived in California for 7 years, I can say that the only thing surprising about this story is that someone called the police. And then that the police showed up, and then that the police actually arrested the indigent cannibal.
I don't know if this video has a lot to do with the previous ones that we watched.
No, they're just random shorts that are in my list of things. But
he won't eat a gay leg, only straight legs.
Is that how hungry people are now?
No, it's just how mentally ill people are now.
Why are we letting mentally ill people like that? Ooh, that's so scary. Could you imagine like walking down the street and being like, some dude was just eating a leg yesterday on the street. Maybe I don't want to go outside, because if there's one person like that out there, you know there's more. This dude, did he come from Haiti?
This dude looked at that leg and went, I could eat that.
Can you, what kind of, where are you in your
He was
head?
like,
That's some good chicken.
I could air fry this.
Oh, Jesus.
Put a little buffalo sauce on it.
Buffalo.
And then I can have myself some human leg instead of chicken legs.
And it won't cost me $25 because of inflation.
I was going to say, in California, they're like at $8 a gallon for gas.
Free meal, I guess.
And I'm eating it on the street. They said...
It's one of those like turkey legs you get at the carnival.
They said they think he's homeless.
Do
you think a man who has a home is digging out legs from the subway or train or whatever the f*** was happening here?
John Wayne Gacy.
Do you think he was just... do you think someone with a home was trailing for legs? And then like, hell yeah, I got one. Let me eat it right here on the street. I feel like you take that home, Hannibal Lecter that shit, and then... whatever the thing is he does, I can't do it.
Yeah.
How do you know that you're a woman?
Things like looking at yourself in the mirror and not recognizing yourself. Hearing compliments like, you are such an example, like a positive masculine role model. And just hearing that and being like, you know, it feels like they're talking about somebody else. Feeling alone, even when you're surrounded by guys.
Why does that make you a woman? As
Because
opposed to just a man who doesn't get along with some other man, or a man who's depressed, or a man who doesn't feel at home totally in his body, which, by the way, is a pretty universal human experience. Everybody goes through it at one time or another. So in what way does that make you a woman, though? Pick any actual woman in this room. In what way do you know that you belong in the same category as them?
I know because they tell me.
You need them to tell you what you are?
Yes. I trust the opinions of the women around me.
And if most
it's
women...
incredible. You might try it sometime.
If most women voted and said they don't see you as a woman, would you say I'm not a woman anymore?
I would say most people on the planet have no idea who I am. I'm going to trust the opinions of the people who've spent their lives with me.
But you are relying on other people to tell you who you are, is what we're establishing.
It just shows that they can rarely form their own opinions by themselves.
I really don't understand the mental processes it takes to demand so much from other people. I think it's ironic to say, like, well, what if every woman said, no, you're wrong? Would you listen then? I'm going to trust the people who know me, so no, I'd say f*** you and all those women. That's what that was, yeah.
The poor fella. He doesn't understand women at all.
No, I don't trust him.
He'd understand that the women around him are lying to his fucking face.
He looks like a predator.
He looks and sounds like one, yes.
Yeah,
And he sounds like a narcissistic ass.
So it makes sense to me that you probably make men say something when you're around them because they don't trust you. And women will tell you anything so that you'll stop talking to them.
No wonder he doesn't like being around men. They don't want to take his shit, but the women around him will.
Yeah, they'll tolerate it to get through their day.
Even though he makes them incredibly uncomfortable.
And men will look at other men and be like, shut the fuck up.
I just want to go to him and toss him a quarter and say, here, go downtown and get a rat to gnaw that thing off your face. Uncle Buck. Anyway, like and subscribe.